Okay, folks, let's call the public hearing to order. We do have a couple of delegations who are in the room, so I'll read out the announcement. This council meeting is being convened in order to hold public hearings on land use matters. The public and anyone who believes their interest in property is affected by the agenda items may speak or present written submission. Those of you who wish to speak should, after being recognized by the chair, begin by clearly stating your name and your address. If you have a written submission, let us know at the beginning. Everyone will be given a reasonable opportunity to be heard at the hearing. No one should feel discouraged from making their views known. So if you want to present a written submission to council, you can do that. And the essence of the submission will be read out by the city clerk, and the written submissions will be retained by the clerk, form part of the record of the hearing. Each speaker may address the hearing a maximum of twice. The length of your first presentation will be limited to 10 minutes, providing your comments are relevant and the hearing is not being obstructed. Any additional presentation, which must be on new information, will be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Members of council may ask questions of you following your presentation, but the function of council members during a public hearing is to listen to the views of the public, not to debate the merits of matters with citizens. Any debate by members of council will occur at the subsequent vote. So, the order of the proceedings. The clerk briefly describes the matter. The applicant or their agent will be invited to make a brief presentation up to 10 minutes. City clerk will identify any written submissions received. Oral submissions from the public will be heard, and any further written submissions will be received, and then the hearing will be closed and matters may be considered. So please observe these rules, and if you have any concern with the manner in which the hearing is conducted, direct your comments to the chair. So, Mr. Clerk, the first item.
Thank you, Your Worship. The first item is Richmond zoning bylaw number 8500, amendment bylaw number 10122, fence regulations. The location of this bylaw is citywide. It would apply citywide. The applicant is the City of Richmond. The purpose of the bylaw is to amend Richmond zoning bylaw number 8500 to amend regulations as they relate to fences, including height and materials. First reading took place April 14th, 2020. And just a note with this one, bylaw 10122 received first reading on April 14th, 2020. It was considered at a public hearing on May 19th, 2020, at which time it was referred back to staff to remove the use of masonry materials in the ALR within the zoning bylaw prior to receiving second reading. The bylaw received second reading October 13th. Council has referred this amended bylaw to this public hearing November 16th, 2020.
All right, question of staff. This is the city's application. Do you have anything to tell us about, add to the report?
Through your worship, Barry Conklin, Director of Policy Planning. At this time, we're just happy to answer any questions or anything from delegations, your worship.
Okay, so is anyone here wanting to speak to this item on the agenda? Okay, so I'll ask for
move third reading.
That's on the amendment bylaw. That's moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor, opposed, carried. And then adoption.
Move adoption.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor, opposed, carried. And the
move adoption of the building bylaw.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor, opposed, carried. All right, that brings us to number 2, the Williams Road matter. Mr. Clerk.
Your Worship, item number 2 is Richmond zoning bylaw 8500, amendment bylaw 10206. RZ.
Lost him.
Oh, sorry, we didn't put on his microphone.
Thank you, Your Worship. Item number 2 is Richmond zoning bylaw 8500, amendment bylaw 10206, RZ 19-881151. The location is 10160 Williams Road. The applicants are Kulbinder Desi, Rajbinder Ojla, and Paulveer Ojla. The purpose of this bylaw is to rezone the subject property from single detached RS1E to compact single detached RC2 to permit development of 2 single-family lots with vehicle access from a rear lane. First reading took place October 13th, 2020.
All right, is the applicant here on this? Did you wish to make a submission or just await questions? All right, any written submissions?
No.
Okay, anybody wanting to speak to us on this item? All right, I'll
Move
ask,
second, third.
moved and seconded.
Sorry, I had my,
Sorry, Harold, were you saying something?
no, it's, Councilor Wolf,
Okay, Counselor Wolf.
thank you. Just a quick one to staff. Do we know when the referral's coming back around tree protection on private property? Like, is it within a month, or? I can't
Wayne
hear.
or Barry or somebody?
Through your worship, Councilor Wolf, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
That referral is being dealt with through our building approvals department. I would have to seek an update from them and have them provide that by way of memo to council. I don't have that information before me.
Okay. My hesitation here of approving this, I was opposed to it back in earlier readings, is I think a development like this could benefit from our upcoming revised tree protection policy, because the way the property is being laid out in the design phase, it led to them removing the 5 trees on the property. And I think if we're within a month of the referral coming back, then I would make a suggestion that we refer this back to the next public hearing. But without that conclusive information tonight, I guess I won't make that referral. Thanks.
All right, we'll call the question then. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's carried with Councillor Wolf opposed. And the final matter, Mr. Clerk?
Your worship, item number 3 is Richmond zoning bylaw 8500, amendment bylaw 10211, RZ 20-898600. The location of this proposed rezoning is 3540 Lockhart Road. The applicant is Raman Kuner. Purpose is to rezone the subject property from single detached RS1E to single detached RS2B to permit development of 2 single-family lots with vehicle access from Lockhart Road. First reading was given October 13th, 2020.
All right, is the applicant here? Did you wish to make a presentation or just await questions?
I'll just wait for questions.
All right, any written submissions?
No.
All right, anybody want to speak to us on this item on the floor? All right, may I have a motion on second and third?
Move second, third.
Moved and seconded. Councillor Wolf, is your hand still up on this one or the previous one?
This one, I would like to ask a question to the applicant, if possible.
All right, Mr. Kuner, could you come forward? So the applicant is Mr. Kuner. And your question is?
Thank you. Mr. Kuhn, I can't see, oh, there you are, and thank you for being present. My question should be fairly straightforward. It relates to how you approached the design and I guess the approach for this development, while being able to save 3 trees and potentially put the hedge into the tree protection plan. Was it the decision made through discussions with council or sorry, with staff? Was it related to a love of trees? Did it just happen to work out that way? Do you have any explanation on that?
Yeah, through the chair to Councillor Wolf. Really, the design was done the way it was just because we're able to do so. The tree was far enough away, the tree in the rear yard was far enough away from the building envelope where we're able to save the tree. The hedge in the front, to be honest, if we can save it, it's nice to have for privacy reasons. So that was the reason we put the fencing up on the hedge. And I believe the other tree is just neighboring side. Once again, it doesn't conflict with anything. So at the end of the day, we're more than happy to hold on to the trees that, you know, that we can, for sure.
All right,
Thank you for coming forward, Mr. Kunner. I hope to see more applications like this. Thanks.
all right, thank you. All right, we'll call the question then on second and third. All those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. And we are now adjourned. Thank